Okay, let's talk about two different size paddles. Both are made by Epic. Both are shaped by Barton, and I like them both. The reason I have a mid-size paddle is because I was new to the sport and I found a mid-wing paddle that somebody was selling. I didn't know if I was going to stick with the sport, and I didn't want to buy a brand new one. So you guys will find yourself in the same situation, I'm sure, especially if you're new to Surfski. So at first glance, they might look the same to you, but this top paddle is significantly bigger than the smaller paddle. And I have found that in other paddle sports such as stand-up paddling, outrigger canoe paddling, and now Surfski, that I prefer a mid-size to smaller size blade, especially if I'm going for long distances. For me, a long distance paddle is over 7 miles. My technique stays together much longer and much more efficient when I have a smaller blade in those longer races or longer paddles. See, the large paddle blade has got a pretty good width here across the bottom, so the surface area is significantly more. Okay, we're in the paddle bug. We're about to go for a downwinder. Hopefully it's good. Rod and I both have used the mid-wing paddle by Epic and now the small / mid-wing paddle by Epic. Both are designed by Barton. We both have some ideas on how each one feels. Rod, you've paddled with both now. What were your thoughts about the small mid-wing?
I wanted to steal it from you.
Yeah.
No, I liked it a lot. It felt like, you know, maybe like any smaller surface area paddle, like maybe you didn't get up to speed as quickly, but I don't know if that's true. I think that was perception, because I think probably the paddle still has more surface area than I can effectively put into use. But definitely where I saw the big difference was once we got underway, a higher cadence.
Yeah.
And it felt like it was easier, maybe more cardiovascular effort, but easier muscular effort to stay up at speed. So where I really liked it was when we were at speed, you know, when you're working at race pace or downwind pace.
Yeah, that's a good point. I think with the larger size paddle, you feel it more, just like you would feel a bigger gear.
More muscular. Yeah, absolutely. Just like a bigger gear.
Yeah, like if you were in a bigger gear on a bicycle, you feel it more.
Yeah.
And I think initially my balance was not as good with the smaller wing paddle, but once I got my speed up, just like a bike, when I got my speed up, the balance got easier and it felt smoother. I think for longer paddles, the small wing is the way to go. But again, if you're looking for a used paddle and you're trying to get into the sport, you may have to get the mid-wing, the little bit larger paddle, and that's what happened to me. That's what I could find used, and now that I love the sport, I got the little smaller blade and I really like it for long distance.
Yeah, and I didn't really notice a difference in stability. But I was paddling the V10 Sport, which is a lot more stable than what you were paddling. So that could be that difference there.
Okay. All right, well, let's go paddle.